Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm so excited. Dawn typically had some operator error things going on. I got on a half an hour ago so we could do some setup and stuff. And you'll see Nat is here with me. And we do have some other people coming in. I think Wendy's trying to get in. And apparently I forgot to send them the link. I thought I had sent it out. And I know that Wendy for sure. I'm not so sure if Sari, but the other ones might show up in the comments here. So welcome everybody. This is so exciting. This is the new moon eclipse, and that happened early this morning, and I'm sure everybody probably felt the energy. I had some really strange dreams, and this energy is going to be carrying forward. I'm really excited to show you the chart for that. But I just wanted to say hello to everyone that showed up. So there's a lot of people. There's so many people here. I am so grateful to you all. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. We will also be planning to do a full moon. When the full moon comes up, that's on the 12th. That's also a Saturday, the full moon in Libra. And within the hour of that full moon perfecting, Venus stations direct. So keep that in mind. And please subscribe to the channel. We are like 15 away from hitting our special mark of, I think is it 2000, I think is the go-to thing. So round up your friends, have them come to the full moon, new moon stuff. That way you'll be able to see that. We're also changing up some things on the timing in the channel. So we will be having the live is going to be switching. We're going to try moving it to 8 p.m., I believe, on Thursdays. 8 p.m. on Thursdays are going to be our lives, but we will be offering other new things in the other new things for people to watch. Hi, Wendy. Yeah, it's my operator error. I think I thought I had sent it out, so I fessed up, and then we had so many people waiting for us. A half an hour before. It was lovely to see many familiar names. So very exciting. So I hope everyone has really had a chance to feel the energy of this. And Mercury retrograde. I'm gonna take that. Mercury is my chart ruler, so I'm gonna blame Mercury. Nat and I are house sisters. So we both have Cancer suns, and we both have Gemini ascendants. So and she is getting that 0 degree of her Cancer. She's got the Sun, Mars, Venus at 0 degrees in Cancer, yes. And then Hecate's at 1 degrees of Cancer. And so that's going to be squaring Neptune tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
So we have a lot of things coming forward for us. So let me go ahead and I'll let you say hi, Wendy. How are things going for you?
Hey, going okay. Feeling that Mercury in retrograde this morning, I guess. Sari's going to try and get on too, so I forwarded the link to her.
Okay. Oh, there she is. I see her. I see her. She's just down here a little further. Let me. Ta-da! Hi, Sari. Hi. How are you? So very Mercury retrograde this morning. Very Mercury retrograde. So lovely to see you. But I was just saying that the energy I could feel as of yesterday. Don't you think? What do you think, Sari? Oh, you're more in a. Oh, you're in the library there. Sari is making time to come to this from the library at the hospital. So she is here in support. So that's wonderful energy. And again, we are going to be doing a full moon ceremony on April 12th. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, so you can be part of that. And also we will be changing our lives from Mondays and Fridays starting next week to Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Is that correct? I believe that's
Yeah.
correct, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to just reiterate that a couple times so that everybody won't miss anything. And we'll probably be mentioning that during the week next week. So, oh, yay. So Ed is here. Hello, Ed. Hello. So what I'm going to do, I'll just kind of give you the timeline of what we're going to be doing. I'm going to look at the chart for the eclipse. Then I'm going to look a week out from that, because this power of this eclipse is going to be continuing. And Nat, once we look at the astrology, Nat is going to go through a wonderful meditation that she has done. And then we will go, after the meditation, into intention setting. That's when we'll light our candle. I don't want the candle going on the entire time that you're here. So the most important things for you are a paper and pen. As long as you have a paper and pen, you are golden. And I wanted to point out today, Sari, this is what I'm using in honor of the eclipse. Because it was very, very early this morning. So that was the energy I felt of that. This is one of the note cards that I got from Sari of her photographs. So wow. I'm using this to write on for my intentions. I started that with the new moon in Aquarius because that is the whole year. And then I'm keeping them all on these note cards, my intentions that I've been setting for all of the new moons. So very powerful energy that we have going on here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go to the chart. I'm going to add it to the stage and make it bigger. So this is the new moon. Oops, let me change that over. Make sure I have the right one. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. 25, okay. All right. Okay, this is the Aries eclipse. 22 degrees. I just want to make sure you guys have it at 22. Yeah, it is. It's correct. Good. So the eclipse is at exactly 9 degrees. And it's of course in Aries. And the important thing to note is, for me and anybody that I usually talk to initially about the eclipses, is what do you have around 9 degrees? Specifically for the cardinal signs. So that would be Aries, that would be Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, because that is energy that you have to take action on. So that is very important. Also, at the time of this eclipse, very interesting that we have Mercury at 0 degrees. Mercury, it's almost like Mercury and Neptune, which I think is also creating confusion because they're so close in degrees right now. Mercury will move back into Pisces and meet Neptune at 29:59, the last second that Neptune will be in Pisces. And then Neptune will then step into the 0 degrees where Mercury just was. So very interesting energy between these two right here. So that's why I feel that this 0 degrees is getting warmed up for tomorrow when Neptune steps into that 0 degree mark. So that's another thing to note in your chart, what things are at 0 degrees. Again, in the cardinal signs. And also those last degrees of Pisces are getting energy. We just had the Mercury cazimi and the Venus cazimi. They are both going retrograde. And I will show you that in the chart coming up, some interesting facts about that. But the other thing I wanted to point out is the North Node is at 27 degrees. This is in the sign of Pisces. And if you look up here, I put the galactic center on this particular chart. This is at 2712, and this is at 27, I think 26. The nodes have been squaring the galactic center, and will be squaring the galactic center for 8 weeks. They've already been there for, I think, 6 weeks. It changes on, I believe, April 12th. I'll have to check that because I think that's the same day as the, oh no, I take that back. It's the 17th of April. It's the 17th of April that that the node will then move to 26 degrees. So it will be at that 27 degrees squaring this energy of Venus is going to come back in, get downloads, and is going to be basically conjunct Saturn at that same time. So this is one of the things I wanted to point out regarding the eclipse that happened this morning. All of this energy. Those are the most important things I saw that I want you to take away. Look at look at 9 degrees of Aries, look at 0 degrees of Aries, and then from about 24 degrees onward of Pisces. So something in your chart is going to be hit by that. So pay attention to what those things are in your personal planets, which would be Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Moon, and Mars, right? Those are very personal energies for people. So if it's especially those planets or your ascendant or the 4 points, ascendant, descendant, IC, MC. So I'm going to pop back in and stop sharing for a moment. Does anybody have any questions about that in particular? No? Okay. So the other thing I wanted to show you is I'm going to be showing you the Chiron is 3 degrees Aries. Yep, you're going to definitely feel a lot of energy there. So I'm going to go to share the chart of April 7th.
Sorry, my Chiron is 3 degrees Aries as well.
Oh, really? So what do you feel about that, Nat?
Well, but I'm not really, I don't know. It's more of, for Chiron, it's getting activated for some time, like, because Chiron is in Aries for some time. So we had the Chiron return around age, like, was it 50, like 49, 50, 51, something like that. So we are, our Chiron got activated and we are on a healing journey for some time. So perhaps this is going to be like a step up, or new kind of direction that can take regards to tending to our wounds, like how we connect with the wounds, not from like I'm 55 or 56 too. Yeah, so it's just kind of sometime. We are on the sometime, and Chiron is now like 21, 22 degrees Aries. So we still have some time to go. And the Neptune coming in, that's just like a totally new paradigm. I'm so excited about it.
Actually, I am too. And the other thing about that, so there was another astrologer that was talking about the entire time that that Chiron has been going through Aries. And remember, it's 50 years that it takes for Chiron to get completely around, and Chariklo's like 63. So I'm going through my Chariklo return right now. I'm at 62. So it's actually just right in the process of it. But with this Chiron, it being in Aries, that is healing ourself, our wounds from our, that we have for ourselves, and bringing out our own authority, our own authenticity, and stepping out more. And that is going to be very activated with the things coming up. So let me make this just a little bit bigger, and I will show you what I found really fascinating is we have a week later, on April 7th, we have 25 degree Venus, conjunct Saturn at 25 degrees, trine Mars at 25 degrees. Uranus is in Taurus. Yeah, 25 degrees, just hit 25 degrees. North Node is still squaring the galactic center. Mercury on this particular day, I believe, is stationing direct. Because when I checked this, it stations direct on this day, this April 7th date, which is good news for us, because we've had a lot of unclear communication, misleading information. And once Mercury comes back out of Pisces and hits that Neptune, there's going to be a lot clearer information coming out. So that, just be aware of that energies. And it'll be nice for those of us who have very strong Mercury in our charts to be moving forward with that. The other thing I noted was that I feel like this energy with all these 25 degrees, let me make sure I hit them all: Mars, Venus, Saturn, Uranus. Mercury's at 26, stationing direct. Venus is so these things are sextiling Uranus, right? Again, that 25-degree activation. And the interesting thing here too is that back in September, on the 17th, we had the first full moon eclipse in this series of Pisces and Virgo, right? So let me just switch this so we can have people see you. So with that, and we just had the Virgo full moon, which activated like a 2355, degrees. So it was almost 24 degrees. Those were both eclipses. They were both lunar eclipses. So what is going on with this energy, right? If you had anything happening for you within 2 weeks of that September 17th date, you are probably going to be revisiting that same subject, right? And it's going to be happening during this time frame. This next 2 weeks is pretty intense. So we want to make sure we do a lot of grounding. I was at a sound healing this morning, so I'm perfectly tuned up right now. And what I want people to be aware of is stepping back, looking at things from a higher perspective. But I wanted to show you how much power there still is, even immediately a week after this. And then, 2 weeks out when we have the full moon with Venus going direct on that day. And then Venus will start her power wave back through Pisces, where she's exalted, and going over, she'll be going over Neptune, that is now in Aries. She'll be going over her degree, that 2 degree that she had the Venus Cazimi kissing the sun. And then she's also going to be going on to the degree, and this should be big, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But when Venus touches where that eclipse happened at 9 degrees, that'll be a big awakening as well. So I want, to me, it's the divine feminine is awake. So that's what I'm announcing. The divine feminine is very awake right now. And it's going to be reactivating our energy over and over and over again, right? So that's what I wanted to make sure that people were aware of, because everybody's getting this power. Everyone. Mercury and Venus going over the same degrees of retrograde at the same time. Unheard of. During 2 eclipses, during the eclipse season, and going over the North Node, not just the North Node that has been squaring the galactic center. That energy coming in galactically, the downloads that we'll be getting, the higher gifts that we'll be getting, all of that. And keep that in mind when you're writing your intentions later after the meditation, because eclipses are always meant to bring us forward to our greatest and highest good. It will get things going for you. It will break. It's like, how Pluto is ruthless and will break things apart and usually pushes you forward, but it'll take something away. The eclipses are better because you don't have Pluto trying to take something away. You have the eclipses clearing the path, or, and it will eliminate blocks. You'll be like, oh, okay, now I can get going. Now I can move forward. And it is, Reiki is really, really good to write, Larissa. So any of those healing modalities that you can take advantage of, meditation, sound healing, listening to music via YouTube, and just allowing yourself calmness and grounding energy as much as you can. I think we recommended 3 times a day on our last live that you really, during this next 2 weeks, 3 times a day, 3 times a day. And I will recommend that you use Archangel Michael's protection as well for this coming through. Because when I'm a little nervous about stuff, I'm like, okay, Archangel Michael, I just want a little bubble and I want you to be in charge of it. So he's for protection. That's who I go to. So let's go ahead and I'll ask again if there's any questions that anybody may have regarding any of this, and then I'll stop sharing here. Anything for any questions?
I have a quick question, and
Sure.
it might seem like a simple one, but just for anybody else out there who's not super familiar with astrology. So when you're talking about the degrees and having anything in your chart, you know, that hits those degrees, is it just anything that's like in your natal chart that hits on or close to those degrees? So those things will be affected, or is it specifically in the planets that you're talking about and having something close to that?
Right.
Does that
Okay,
make sense? Like, does
great
the
question.
planet need to
Great
match
question.
up, or does the degree need to match up?
Right. So the outer planets that you may have in your chart, that is going to be more of a collective thing because those planets move so. Like say we're talking about Neptune, and maybe, okay, my Neptune is in Scorpio. There's my generation has Neptune in Scorpio. We might have different degrees of that, but we're all going to kind of have the same story. It's like we were all in the same high school graduating class, right? That's how I would view the outer planets in that sense. That's a collective thing. Will it be activated? Yes, but it'll be like the collective activation more so, unless you have one of your personal planets there. When I'm talking specifically about the degrees, normally I mention what is squaring or in opposition, because that are things that require action. The other things are beneficial to you. Sextiles. So if it's 60 degrees away, like for example, for me, I have a 25-degree Cancer sun that is trining this all this stuff going on at 25 degrees of Pisces. But that Cancer sun is also sextiling Uranus, just like the stuff in Pisces is sextiling Uranus. But that's my sun, my natal sun. So that does affect me. It'll be very beneficial for me because it's trining all this other energy, super powerful, not going to lie. And then you have the sextile energy of Uranus, the unexpected, but it's sextile. It's not a square. So when it's a square with Uranus, especially if it's to Mars, I'm a little bit more nervous, and I would really look in depth at that person's chart. But when it's a sextile, it's a surprise that'll work to your benefit. It may not seem like that at first, but it actually works out for you because it's a sextile. Trine is much easier flowing energy. So I always say you look at the things first that are the squares and the oppositions, because those require immediate attention and probably action on your part. The sextiles and the trines are things that if you're paying attention to your astrology, that's the energy that you can use to surf with. I've had this very strong, one of the things is the 3 of Wands in the Light Seers Tarot is the girls surfing, waiting for the ship to come in. And I feel like that's what we're doing. We're like ready. We can get out on the waves. We're not going to be knocked over by the waves that are coming in. And it's definitely waves of energy that will be coming in. So it's very much that energy of right now, Venus and Mercury with their retrogrades are just like that tidal wave, pulling the water away from the shore. And now it's going to start becoming in bigger waves, and it's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's how I would look at those degrees. So anything from 24 to the end of Pisces, if you have personal planets there, that is huge because it's conjunct. It's also big things if it's square, and that's what those are the mutable signs. And for you, being that it's mutable, it's easier for you to deal with. If we were dealing with this in the fixed signs, that would be a whole lot more mess, right? Because the fixed signs don't like that kind of change. So the fact that we're having it happen is, and if I remember correctly, you have your birthday on September 17th. And so you actually got the eclipse. So how has that affected you, Wendy? I know that you had the full moon eclipse. So you had a 25-degree Pisces sun. Yes.
Actually, it's a 24-degree Virgo sun.
Virgo sun. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah. And, with so many things going on, I mean, maybe that's it. It's like my world's just been kind of crazy. I've just been getting hit from everywhere and everything. I feel like I've just been so busy that it's hard to kind of focus on one thing, so yeah,
I know.
Getting grounded 3 times a day. Yeah, I can really use that for sure.
I think too.
Sri.
I think, yeah. Go ahead, Sri. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Go ahead. But so what I know with people that have this near their ascendant or their sun, because those are so personal to you, your whole life changes.
Yes, it is changing. I can attest to that. Yeah,
And
it's kind of turned upside down since last September. So yeah, just kind of working through all the rubble and trying to clear the path forward, figure things out. Yeah.
Yeah, I had just as an example, I had my ascendant activated within 4 degrees of the Gemini eclipse. And that was six or 7 months before my husband asked me for a divorce.
Wow.
And so, it was out of the blue for me. It was complete, So your life does change. And it was a mess for a while, but it was for my greatest and highest good. And I can attest that they all think that the universe decided it was time and got him out of my life. So there's that energy. So, but that's what I would say. So, and the personal planets are more that way as well, but especially if it's your sun or ascendant, right?
Yeah.
Those energies, it's a very big deal. It's a very, very big deal. Because that's your identifying part of yourself, your soul self, basically. So let's go ahead. I want to bring in Nat. So she's going to do our meditation for us.
I wanted to quickly talk about born during the Mercury retrograde, because somebody was asking, and my Mercury is retrograde in my natal chart, so I kind of know that energy. So Mercury retrograde, essentially our birth chart, our transit of the day or moment we born into, when we took the first breath, that's the transit in the sky. So we carry that. If your Mercury is retrograde at the moment, you carry that Mercury retrograde energy all through your life, and deal with in a retrograde way. And Mercury is ruler of our mental activity, or what we think about, how we communicate with others. And in retrograde, it's a little bit different, express different from not other people, but you know what I mean, just comes out in little bit different way, or more internal. So maybe your internal dialogue are louder than what you having with others in speaking way. So my Mercury is retrograde, so I'm really not good speaking off the top of my head. I'm much more internally having a dialogue myself and write it on a paper. That's my that's kind of energy that Mercury retrograde kind of influence your mental activity.
And I have to say, my son also has Mercury retrograde in Virgo, and Nat, and Jeremy, writing is their superpower. I know that for sure. That is their superpower. And there's a few other people that I know with Mercury in retrograde, and they're like, they handle this energy like, this is how I live day to day, and you guys are freaking out. So, so they handle it much, much easier. And depending upon what sign and everything it's in, that also can tell you a lot more about it. But yes, it's just an easier time for someone who already knows that energy. Just like in your chart, when people go, "Oh, is that difficult?" And and you're like, "I've lived with this all my life. I figured it out how to handle it." And that's the thing about your natal chart, because you eventually that happens. You learn how to deal with those energies and how to use them for your own benefit.
Right.
And I will say that Nat has come out more and more. Do you have a Leo North Node, or where's your North Node, Nat?
Aries.
In Aries. Oh, oh, that's right. 3 degrees.
No, 3 is a Chiron. I also have Saturn in Aries. So in my generation,
Yeah.
maybe it depends on where the house placement is.
True. And for us, that it's actually the 11th house of being on the internet, friendships,
Right.
connectivity, networking. That's Aries for Nat and I. And with, just as an example, I have that Saturn at 9 degrees in Aquarius, which is in a sextile. So Saturn long term to this new energy, they're only 4 minutes off. My Saturn is 904, and this eclipse is 900. So it's helpful. It's going to be helpful energy for me working in that 11th house, right? So I think it's really great. It's really beautiful energy that we're being given, because I feel this is brand new for the collective. And for us, we are going to be able to manifest more and more like this. We are going to be able to read other people's energy very fast. We'll get better and better at it. And just being able to create the world that we want. It's like not so much manifesting as co-creating the world, right? So again, we're going to go to Nat regarding the meditation that she's prepared. I'm very excited. So I will go ahead and put up her stage here and open it up. And Nat, I will let you take it from here.
Okay. Well, Aries doesn't like to be patient, so let's get right into it. Take a deep cleansing breath through your nose, out of your mouth. Let's fully arrive. Be present, here and now. Let your body settle. Feel your spine lengthen. Your shoulders soften. Your tension melts away. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale fully through your mouth. Now is our time. Here is our space. We are here at the threshold of Aries new moon, a time when Persephone rises from the underground. Reunite with her mother Demeter, when the earth begins to bloom again with a new life. With Eclipse, a cosmic fire stirs beneath the surface. not to burn us down, but awaken the truth of who we are. Breathe into center of your being. Feel the quiet within you. The place beyond thoughts, beyond expectation. A place that simply is. And from the stillness, begin to speak softly yet certainly. In the present tense, the declaration of I am. Let it rise from your root, from the deep belly of the earth. Feel its vibration moving through you. I am is not a question. It is knowing, a sacred claim. In this moment, nothing else is required. You do not need to prove. You do not need to explain. You only need to breathe. And remember, I am. Hear the voice of your spirit. Feel the power of your presence, the whisper of your origin. Let it grow stronger. Let it rise, awakening. Let's take a few breaths here. Now, feel the shift. Aries doesn't just know. Aries moves. This is not just I am. This is I am. Feel the fire build in your belly, the place of instinct, the drive of courage. Bring your awareness to your solar plexus, the inner spark, the white light. And now speak into your body, either aloud or in your mind. I ran through the fear. I ran through the doubt. I ran through hesitation and into my truth. You do not wait for permission. You do not wait for the perfect time. You move, you charge, you climb, because the path is forced by the one who walks it. Feel the rhyme within you. Horns lifted, hearts open, legs strong. Not reckless, but ready. Not impulsive, but in tune. You don't just name your power. You embody it, you act on it, you become it. Awakening. If it feels good, place your hand over your heart, over your belly. Let's speak these words together, slowly, intentionally. I am the fire of my own becoming. Breathe. I ran through resistance and into my truth. I am fearless in my self-expression. I ran towards my highest path with truth and power. Let the energy move through your whole being. Let it wake the primal power that's hidden within you. Let it root, let it rise, awakening. Now begin to return to your body. Feel your breath. Come back in this moment. But don't leave the fire behind. Carry it with you. Let your I am be the foundation you work upon. Let your I am be the action you take. What are you ready to declare? What are you ready to begin? Hear the voice rising up within you, the voice that knows your truth, your power, your destiny. Awakening. And gently open your eyes. You are fully awakened, and this is your beginning. Thank you.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I can't think of any more perfect way to express the strength of this Aries eclipse. Not being afraid, self mastery that is coming forward. And one of the things I've noticed in the comments is that there are a lot of people with a lot of Aries moon energy, and you can take this Aries eclipse energy and utilize that with the passion, the emotions that come with the moon, and bring that forward for you. That is totally the energy that you should be taking with you forward. And it's going to get stronger. This eclipse energy is going to get stronger for you. So if I would suggest too, when you're feeling in the future, if you're feeling questioning of what's going on for you, I think maybe we can try and go, we'll maybe try and separate this out and put it on the channel Awakening that Nat has done. And people can go back and just listen to that particular part to get their renewed energy, because this Aries eclipse, I think, we have the full moon in Aries on October 6th. So all of this energy going through this entire time for everyone. So let me go ahead and, ooh.
I'm out of it now. Carry on without me.
So what I will do is I will go ahead and see if I can make myself bigger here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here. I'll give you guys a little bit of a break. So everyone, the most important thing for you to have is a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. And like I said, I chose some nice note card paper because I've been writing all my new moon intentions and saving them to look back on when the full moon is perfecting, right? So again, 6 months. When it's eclipse energy, depending upon the different things going on in the energy, it can last longer than that. But this is especially powerful because Neptune is stepping for the first time into Aries. And the last time it was at 0 degrees of Aries was 165 years ago. It will take 14 years to make this transition through this Aries energy. So that is something that we can realize that we're setting forward. This is a path that's moving forward for us in this Neptune going into this Aries energy, making our dreams come true, right? So what I want to start out with is we will be lighting a candle. So if you do have a candle, feel free to light it. I kind of provided all of the other necessary stuff. So if you don't have a lighter or a candle, not to worry. I thought of you, and you will be doing this quantumly with me, whether you are on a recording or whether you are here live. We have a lot of people here live today, so it's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and light this. I used a green candle because Venus is retrograde, and I'm honoring Venus during this time frame. If I can get, oh, press that. Okay. There it is. So I wanted to honor Venus with the green candle. Could be a white candle, perfectly fine. I do have a selenite candle. I'm going to light two because I feel like I want to have that clearing energy of the white with the selenite. So this is my selenite candle. So I have two candles lit for us as part of this process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of using all four elements here, and you are a part of this with me. So I'm going to start after lighting, which is our fire. I do have a little Tibetan bowl that I'm going to be striking. So that is that energy. And also in honor of Venus, I have Venus's metal is copper. So I wanted to also have, this is the time to, with Venus being retrograde, get out the good stuff. Really get out the good stuff in your house. Get out the good wine glasses, get out the good dishes. You deserve it. Who else are you saving it for heaven's sakes? So this is a reminder you can set intentions with water, that this is meant to nourish me. And also to remember to, with all this fire energy, we also want to bring in the other elements. So we have plenty of water in Pisces. So cheers. Just because I like water. So we have sound, we have fire, and for our earth energy, this is jade. So I have this for us for today to symbolize the earth. Again, honoring Venus in that. So if you take a look at that beautiful energy to symbolize that. Now, what I want you to do, this is a time for your pen and paper. And I am going to do it a slightly different way because this is an eclipse energy. This happened this morning. So we're in a very powerful, powerful time right now. And I want you to write that you are grateful for what is being brought in for you, because eclipses are fated energy. And this is going to be bringing forward for you what is for your greatest and highest good. This energy of the North Node in Aries, a brand new beginning. So a couple of things I've written down are: I am grateful to begin a new life. I am grateful for new gifts that are opening. I am grateful for the power and courage of this Aries eclipse. I feel that we should make our intentions about our empowerment and moving forward, because the eclipse is going to be guiding us, that the energies of the eclipse will be guiding us onto our path. So whatever we may wish for, the universe already has it laid out for this particular new moon. And it's what you should be feeling. I especially like all the power and the energy of this eclipse, and doing things to move your body, to release some of the energy that may be too intense. So that's where we have all the grounding coming in, that we want to make sure you do the grounding and be very Venus energy. Venus loves food, good food. So that energy, we want to bring all of that in and really be the best caretaker of ourselves. Like there should be no one in the universe that buys you better presents than you. So I actually forgot jewelry when I went on my trip. And I think the universe did that on purpose because it had me buy earrings. So I did this in honor. These are Moldavite earrings that I bought when I was in the Czech Republic. Treat yourself. Treat yourself in a way that it's meaningful to you. What have you always wanted to do? The Aries energy is saying, go do it. Move forward with that. What are you waiting for? That's Aries energy. Aries energy doesn't wait, right? I want it and I want it now. That's very Aries energy. And with the help of the eclipse, if it's meant to be on your path, you're getting it, right? So bring in that energy of gratefulness for whatever the universe is bringing in for you, because it's always for your greatest and highest good, right? So what we want to do, I hopefully gave you enough time to write your intentions, right? And what I want you to do is we're going to be going on a little meditation journey. Get yourself centered. And what I want you to do, I'm seeing some of the comments. I'm just so overjoyed that people are very much getting into the spirit of what's going on. So let's go ahead and place our intentions over our heart, because we're going to infuse that energy in. Very Venus. I want you to close your eyes, and we are going to picture ourselves at a cabin that has a beautiful porch, and we are looking out over a valley, and we are sitting in a swing, admiring the beauty of the day and waiting for the nighttime to come. It begins to darken. We can feel the cool air coming in closer and closer. And we know it's time to make our journey. The skies have now turned dark. We go to get a coat and put it on with the warmth and comfort that is very much a part of the Venus energy. We set off into the forest. We're going to be walking down to the lake today. We're headed towards the water. There's a large space where people are gathering by a huge fire near the water. We come upon this space and can see the light reflecting off the lake. The stars are very bright in the sky. There's no moon there, but we do see the stars that are visible to us: Jupiter, Mars. Mercury and Venus are still hidden as they are in their retrograde from their cazimi. So they are still in secret, waiting to come out of the underworld. As we gather around the fire, we await Hecate. Hecate has a message for us. This is the time of making decisions. You've come to a huge crossroads, both personally and collectively. She wants you to pour the passion of the Aries ram into those intentions that you have set, that you are holding next to your heart. So I want you to breathe in deeply, and with the exhale, pour that love and energy into your intentions. Give them power in a quantum way. Another deep breath in. Keep pouring that love into those intentions, the gratefulness. This eclipse will make sure that they happen. It's meant for you. It will be coming in. Take another deep breath in. Exhale slowly, knowing that this is the power that you can bring into your intentions. This Aries fire. You have this in you. You can make this happen. Hecate is goddess of the dark of the moon. She surrounds the time of the new moon, where we are not able to see the moon. And this is the time for setting intentions. She will then turn our intentions over to Artemis. So when the crescent moon appears in the sky, we know it's time to take action on our intentions with the help of her sister Artemis. What I want us all to do now is to create a swirl of rainbow energy around our intentions and create a swirl and a ball of energy circling around that is headed towards the fire so that we can all join our intentions in together. Whether you are watching live or watching a recording, you are in the quantum field with us. And all of our energy is going to be joined together as it reaches into the fire. There's a great swell of flame as all of this rainbow energy swirls and heads into that fire energy. And the flames become smoke, and the smoke is the color of the rainbow swirling around. Offering it up into the night sky. Now it is time for us to say goodbye to all of our friends who have gathered here. It is so beautiful to be able to see many new faces and many old friends. We are here together. We are going to return to our cabin after leaving this beautiful fire that was by this lake. We're heading back to our spot in the cabin, climbing the hill, climbing that hill. We walk back onto the porch and we decide to sit back in the swing because we can watch the remnants of the fire in the distance next to the lake. I want you to slowly open your eyes, and you still have your intentions next to your heart. Take one last deep breath in and release that energy. Release that energy. And now you are ready to set forward on this journey and put into practice what comes at the crescent moon. So to close this ceremony, I'm going to blow out both of my candles. I will start with my selenite candle, that clean intention. And then I will go to the candle that represents Venus for her big retrograde. And we now close out our ceremony. So I want to thank you all for being here and really know that what is meant for you is coming. And you may have bumps in the road, And we are here together. We are all here together. And I want to let you know that we will be doing a full moon Libra ceremony on the 12th. We'll let you know the time, and I'll try and get it so that everything is right with the time. Maybe I'll have to have somebody else set it up because Dawn is very technologically challenged, I admit. So let me bring back in my two compatriots here. Ta-da! Yay! Hello, everyone. Oh, I love it. Look at all the new people. So yes, please do subscribe, like and subscribe, because we will be offering these full moon and new moon rituals. So full moon is in 2 weeks. It is in Libra, and Venus turns direct within an hour of that full moon perfecting. So Venus is got the power with this coming in. So that's wonderful. Anybody else have anything that they want to add?
I'm ready to take a nap.
That is a wonderful idea. That is a wonderful idea. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be prepared for tomorrow.
I feel like this energy. Like, it's just so wonderful to do meditation. Like, it feels so powerful. Like, we are raising the vibration.
Yeah.
For everyone. And I do want to try and get Nat's meditation separated out. I'm going to try and get that done so we can separate, even if I have to make her record it separately and do it. I have had such a challenge trying to take it out of the recording. Again, technologically challenged. So, but be prepared for something brand new happening in your life that's going to be starting for the next 14 years. Tomorrow, Neptune moves into Aries. Check the energy of what's going on for you. Much love to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the people that could join us online and who are watching the recording. Much love. Very much appreciate your energy. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye, everybody.